Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Today, we're going to talk about the RV, especially the Iraqi Dinar. Okay, kids. I put this in two back-to-back days in my live to five videos on YouTube. So I'm going to put to you like this. Well, anytime you're doing a financial transaction or a financial investigation, what are you trying to do? Follow the money, right? That's what they always tell you. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. You're going to find it. Follow the trail of money. So this is how it works. And this is why the RV hasn't happened. And this is what we're waiting for. So when you follow the money, you have to do the math. And doing the math will tell you everything. Okay. I've already shown you through the articles that, and I don't know what's happened in the last week. But I can tell you prior to that, due to the sanctions by the United States Treasury, federal government, Federal Reserve on Iraq, Iraq only receives $2.5 billion every 90 days to run their government. So they get $10 billion a year from their oil revenues that are required to sell in United States dollars, i.e. Federal Reserve notes. So the funds on their return on oil sales go into multiple banks worldwide. However, those accounts, because of the sanctions, are controlled by the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve Bank jointly, okay, because one is not a part of the other, except in a commercial contract. That's it. So, as we've shown, Iraq has $10 billion a year to run their government. It's clearly known that their parliament has announced that they need 200 trillion dinars to run their 2023 budget, correct? So it's real simple once you do the math. So their oil sales for 2022 exceeded $100 billion, okay? And I don't know the exact number, but it's over 100 billion. So we're just going to round it off for simplicity's sake so everybody can do the math in their head. The current exchange rate, the base exchange rate, is supposed to be 1,450 dinars per $1. Okay. So we're just going to go with that, even though it was reported on the original Mark Z tonight on his 6 o'clock show, 5 o'clock Eastern, that it was as high as 1,750. Okay. So we're just going to quote 1,450. So $100 billion is exchanged into dinars is 145 trillion dinars. So there's your budget right there. Okay. It's already been publicly stated that the Central Bank of Iraq has over 40 tons of gold. I believe it's 46 or 48, something like that. But they don't want to use that as their currency. So what they're waiting on, what everything's waiting on, Parliament, Central Bank of Iraq, us, everybody, is that Iraq has to have access to those funds released by the Federal Reserve Bank and the United States Treasury jointly. The reason Iraq keeps sending these ambassadorships over here once a week, and they're alarmed by the increasing rate of the dinar, is to negotiate with the Federal Reserve and to get these sanctions lifted so they can access their funds. So once they get access to the funds, they don't even have to ship them in, okay, because it's all digital now. Once they have access to it, then they can do their budget. Parliament can pass it. Central bank can put out the new currency because now they have it back with this other currency and they'll do an exchange. So I want to point out to you one more thing. The reason part of these sanctions have not been lifted by the Treasury and the Fed is due to what? corruption and money laundering. And the problem is people are smuggling these Iraqi dinars out of Iraq. Okay, there's a big problem with that going on to Iran, but there's case after case after case. Let me see if I can just pop one up real quick that I just read. This one be in English. Y'all can't read Arabic. No, I can't. Back. Oh, sorry. There we go. Voila. The judiciary will reveal the names of those accused stealing. Let's open this up. The Sudanese said in a televised meeting, I have been following the theft of the century since I was a deputy. Recovering money is a priority and fighting corruption. The Prime Minister stated the decision to arrest and release this guy is not a government, but a decision to eliminate, stating, blah, 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 fight corruption is a reversible decision. That did not state what I needed it to. Just, no, it's just reading it. Yeah. Yeah, it won't translate for me. Damn it. It says English. Anyway, people are smuggling money out of Iraq in large quantities. All right. Why are they smuggling currency, Iraqi currency, out of Iraq? You have to ask yourself that question. Could it be because it's worth more outside of Iraq than inside of Iraq? You ever thought of that? When people tell you, oh man, that Iraqi thing's worthless, it doesn't mean anything, it's a scam, it's a fallacy. I don't know. Why is the Iraqi dinar worth more outside of Iraq than it in? Why are people smuggling millions of dinar out of Iraq? And I'm looking for some of these articles because they're big news when they do happen. This is when they were closing down the borders. So anyway, I was going to give you all a quick update. So, until they show us the money, right? We nothing's happening. Show me the money. That's what we're waiting on. That's what the Iraqis are doing. That's why they're here. That's why the Fed and the Treasury had a meeting today, right? What do you think they're talking about? What's that going to look like? How's it going to affect the petrodollar? Okay, these are major decisions because if they do release those funds, it might be a linchpin to cause, like one of those Jenga games when you pull out, one of those at the bottom and whole house of card collapses. Could that be a precursor to something imploding like a house of cards? Who knows? Anyway, I just want to share that with you, man. Follow the money, do your own research. Don't believe me. I'm a total idiot talking to a square box. Actually, I'm talking to myself. You don't have to listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do your own research. Do your own research and do your own research. And when you're done doing your research, go do more research.